Have you ever thought about how doing less could actually make you happier as you grow older? Sounds crazy, right? But what if being a little lazy in the right ways is the secret to living a stress-free and joyful life? As we grow older, we often feel pressured to do more, achieve more, and be more. Society tells us to hustle, to overthink, to always compare ourselves to others, and to strive for perfection in everything we do. But what if I told you that some of the happiest people didn't get there by working harder? They got there by letting go and choosing their battles. Think about it. What if you stopped stressing over things that don't really matter? What if you stopped comparing yourself to others? What if you gave yourself permission to not be perfect all the time? These small acts of laziness, or what I prefer to call intentional rest and focus, could make all the difference. In today's video, I'm going to share 5 things that you should be a little lazier about, especially as you age. By the end, you'll see why these habits might actually lead to a happier, more peaceful life. So if you're ready to give yourself a break and discover how less can truly be more, keep watching. 1. Overthinking. Overthinking is like running on a treadmill. You're moving, but you're not getting anywhere. It happens to all of us. You replay conversations in your mind, second-guess decisions, or spend hours imagining worst-case scenarios. While it feels like you're solving problems, overthinking often creates more stress than solutions. Let's break it down. Imagine you're deciding whether to accept a new job offer. You start listing all the pros and cons, which is good, but then you go too far. You begin wondering, what if I fail? What if the company goes under? What if I hate my new coworkers? Suddenly, a decision that could improve your life turns into a source of anxiety. And what's the result? You freeze. You end up either taking too long to decide or backing out altogether. Now, here's why being lazy about overthinking can actually make you happier. Instead of analyzing every tiny detail, focus on the big picture. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could realistically happen? And if it does, can I handle it? Usually, the answer is yes. Trust yourself and take action without obsessing over every possible outcome. Example, picture this. You're hosting a dinner party, and you're obsessing about everything. Will the food be perfect? Will your guests have a good time? What if someone doesn't like the wine? Instead of enjoying the evening, you spend it stressed out, double-checking every little detail. But here's a different approach. Be lazy about the minor stuff. Serve what you enjoy, set a relaxed vibe, and trust your guests will have fun. When you let go of overthinking, you actually have more energy to be present and enjoy the moment. 2. Chasing perfection. Perfectionism is the silent happiness killer. The problem with chasing perfection is that it's impossible to achieve. It's like trying to catch the wind. And even if you do get close, it's exhausting and rarely satisfying. Think about this. Have you ever spent hours editing a photo or tweaking a project at work only to realize that nobody else even noticed the flaws you were obsessing over? You're spending all that extra energy on something that's already good enough. And here's the kicker. That energy could have been used for something more meaningful, like spending time with loved ones, pursuing a hobby, or just relaxing. Being lazy about perfection doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you focus on what's important. Ask yourself, will this extra effort make a real difference? Or am I just doing it to satisfy my own unrealistic standards? Most of the time, people value authenticity and effort over flawless results. Example, let's say you're writing a heartfelt birthday card for a friend. Instead of stressing about crafting the perfect message or using the right words, just write from the heart. Don't worry about grammar or if your handwriting is messy. Your friend will appreciate the thought and love behind it, not the perfect penmanship. Another example, imagine you're decorating your home. Instead of obsessing over matching every pillow to the exact shade of your curtains, focus on creating a space that feels warm and comfortable. Guess what? Most people won't even notice the mismatch, and you'll save yourself hours of unnecessary stress. By being lazier about chasing perfection, you free yourself to focus on what really matters. whether it's spending time with loved ones, doing things you enjoy, or simply relaxing without guilt. Perfect is overrated. Happiness is not. 3. Comparing yourself to others. We live in a world where comparison is everywhere. Social media, neighbors, coworkers, even family members. It's easy to look at someone else's life and feel like you're falling behind. They have a bigger house, she got promoted before me, their kids are doing better in school. The list goes on. But here's the truth. Comparison is a trap. You're measuring your life against a highlight reel, not the full picture. You see someone's shiny vacation photos or their new car, but you don't see the stress, sacrifices, or struggles behind those moments. When you're constantly comparing, you rob yourself of joy. Instead of appreciating what you do have, you focus on what you lack. And guess what? There's always going to be someone richer, smarter, or more successful. It's a never-ending race with no finish line. Being lazy about comparing yourself to others means shifting your focus inward. Start by asking yourself, what do I want? What makes me happy? When you stop trying to compete with others, you can focus on building a life that feels good to you. Example: imagine your friend just bought a fancy new car, and you feel a twinge of envy because your car is older. But ask yourself, do you really need a new car? Is your current one reliable and serving your needs? If yes, then why stress over it? Instead of feeling bad, focus on the freedom you already have by not taking on another loan. Another example. Let's say a coworker always talks about their expensive vacations. Instead of comparing, think about the things that bring you joy, like a simple weekend road trip or a quiet staycation with loved ones. Remember, happiness doesn't have a price tag. It's about what matters to you. When you're lazy about comparing yourself to others, you gain clarity about your own goals and values. That's where real happiness begins. Engaging in drama. Drama can be addictive. Gossiping about coworkers, arguing with family over trivial matters, or getting involved in petty conflicts can feel exciting in the moment, but it's a huge drain on your energy and mental health. The more you engage in drama, the more stress and negativity you invite into your life. Let's be honest, most drama doesn't solve anything. It often makes situations worse, and the more you get involved, the more tangled things become. Being lazy about drama means making a conscious choice to step back and not participate in things that don't add value to your life. Example: imagine a friend or coworker starts gossiping about someone else. Instead of diving into the conversation, you can respond with something neutral like, "I haven't noticed that, but I hope everything's okay." This approach shuts down the gossip without creating tension. Another example: say a family member tries to pull you into an argument about something small, like whose turn it is to host Thanksgiving. Instead of engaging, you can say, "I'm happy to help in any way I can, but let's not stress about it." By refusing to escalate the situation, you keep the peace and avoid unnecessary conflict. Avoiding drama doesn't mean you ignore problems. It means you choose to focus on the ones that actually matter. By being lazy about petty arguments and gossip, you create more space in your life for meaningful relationships and positive interactions. When you stop wasting energy on drama, you'll find yourself feeling lighter, more peaceful, and happier overall. It's like decluttering your mind, out with the negativity, in with the calm. 5. Clinging to the past. The past is a powerful thing. It shapes who we are and teaches us lessons. But when you cling to it too tightly, it can hold you back from living a fulfilling present. Whether it's regrets over mistakes, nostalgia for the good old days, or resentment from past hurt, being stuck in the past can weigh you down. Let's say you made a mistake years ago. Maybe you hurt someone or failed at something important. You keep replaying it in your head, wishing you could go back and change it. But here's the thing: the past can't be rewritten. What you can do is learn from it and move forward. The more time you spend dwelling on what could have been, the less time you have to create what could be. Being lazy about the past doesn't mean ignoring it. It means acknowledging it without letting it control your present. Letting go of regrets, grudges, and overly nostalgic thoughts creates space for growth and happiness. Example: Imagine you had a falling out with an old friend years ago. Instead of holding on to resentment, consider reaching out to rebuild the relationship. Or if that's not possible, simply wish them well and let go of the bitterness. By freeing yourself from the emotional baggage, you open up your life to new, positive connections. Another example. Maybe you constantly think about how life was better when you were younger, your career was thriving, or your kids were little. But instead of dwelling on those memories, focus on what's great about your life now. Maybe you have more freedom, deeper relationships, or opportunities to explore new passions. Letting go of the past doesn't erase it, it simply puts it in its proper place, as a chapter in your story, not the whole book. When you stop clinging to what's behind you, you can fully embrace the happiness waiting in the present. So, there you have it. 5 things where being a little lazy can actually lead to a happier and more peaceful life. Stop overthinking, let go of chasing perfection, quit comparing yourself to others, avoid unnecessary drama, and stop clinging to the past. These small shifts aren't about giving up, they're about freeing yourself from the things that drain your energy and focusing on what really matters. Now, let's hear from you. Out of these 5 habits, or maybe there's another one I didn't mention, which one do you struggle with the most? Is it overthinking? Comparing yourself to others? Or maybe you've already mastered one of these and have tips to share. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might need a reminder to take life a little easier. And hit the notification bell so you never miss another video designed to help you live your happiest, most intentional life. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes doing less is the best way to live more. See you in the next video.